I forgot to. I was chatting to myself for like the past 3 minutes. I didn't realize I hadn't clicked go live on my on my streaming platform. So yeah, just sitting, standing here even chatting to myself on a Saturday about FPL. Not really what I anticipated, but finally we got the stream up and running. So feel free to send in your questions, guys. I'm happy to answer as many of them as I can, and yeah, we'll do our best to get around to basically all of them. So let us get cracking. As you can see in my team, I've got the triple captain on De Bruyne. I have triple captain De Bruyne. Obviously, that is heavily team leak, Man City team use dependent, but alas, we're gonna go for it. And you got to use the triple captainship at some point. Noah, how's it going, mate? Hope you're good too. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday. Feel free to send in any questions you have. Let me know who you're captaining. In fact, let's start off with a poll. Let's get a little poll going so we can see who everyone's captaining. All right. So start a poll. Who's your Game Week 36 captain? Okay, so who are the big ones? We'll go in Mbumo. We'll go, Marmouche, KDB. We'll put Haaland in if people have him. How many options? Oh, can we only do 4 at a time? Who's the top 4 then? Who would be the top 4? Definitely Mbumo, Marmouche, and KDB. Wood, yeah, let's throw Wood in. All right, I'm going to start a poll. I can only do 4 options. I feel like that's not enough. I wish I had like another one which said other, but anyways, answer. Hopefully one of your 4 captaincy options has shown up in that poll. But yeah, fire in the questions, guys. How's it going? Jeevan Gill, hi. Hello to you too. You ask, Mateta to Wissa or Isak to Cunha? Oh, I would say Mateta's an easier sell than Isak, but is he though? It's a really interesting one for forward transfers this game week because Mateta seems like a transfer out to me as well. I've got Mateta and Isak, and I'm thinking, which one do I want to sell here? Mateta he played 76 minutes in the last game, and obviously he got subbed off, and he was still on the pitch when Eze took a penalty. So that wasn't very encouraging as a Mateta owner, and he has also just not been playing to particularly, his usual high level recently. So with the FA Cup final coming up, Mateta feels like more of a sell than Isak, who are, have a lot to play for in the Premier League. That being said, Isak's fixtures and Newcastle's fixtures are very tough. So I would say, Jeevan, to answer your question, it would be Mateta to Wissa if I had to pick one of those transfers. Bean, hello, how is it going? You say, who do you think I should start? I'm 300k right now, Ahmad or Munoz? I would say go for the attacker. Yeah, go for Ahmad. If he plays, I just don't see Crystal Palace keeping a lot of clean sheets recently. Munoz is obviously he's a better FPL asset than Ahmad, but I'd usually just want to start the attacker if I'm trying to gain rank. Mello says, hi man, hello. I'm stuck between triple captain Wood and Mbumo. I got De Bruyne too. You have a great team for this game week, I will say. I'd be very surprised if you don't see a nice green arrow, Mello. I like Mbumo. I think Mbumo is probably the best captain this game week. Noah Bergman, hello again. You say, got a few things. Areola or Raya? I would go for... It's a tough one, actually. I would actually say I think Liverpool will win. So just going for my gut, I would actually start Areola there. Kirkez or Bradley? Who do Bournemouth play again? Let's have a quick look. Bournemouth play Aston Villa. Another thing we can do is let's look at the clean sheet odds from our guy Rob T on Twitter. His analysis is amazing. So he does these clean sheet. Here we go. Well, you know what? I think his updated one is probably the best one to go for. So let's just use this. I like the format of the other one, but this is more updated. So essentially, we want to see which in terms of which defenders to start and also attackers. This is a great visualizations. You see the predicted goals. You see the clean sheet odds. So to go back to your question, Noah, you said Kirkez or Bradley. So let's look at Bournemouth's. Bournemouth have a 21% chance of a clean sheet. Liverpool have a 28% chance. The thing is, will Bradley start? I think actually he won't. So I'd go Kirkes. Yeah, I'd go Kirkes. I know the clean sheet odds aren't as good, but yeah, Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Kirkes, I'd say. Then your other question is Mateta to Wissa, and then I don't know whether to take a hit on Trossard to KDB. I don't mind that, Trossard to KDB for a hit. I actually do like it. So yeah, go for it, Noah. Sam Maguire, David Raya, or Areola? I actually think, let's see, Arsenal 17% chance clean sheet, West Ham 17% chance. Yeah, I would still say I'd still go for Areola. David Nekovar says, hi, what do you think to sell for free Isak for Cunha? Thanks and have a nice day. I actually don't think Isak is a big sell this game week. He's been one of the best FPL assets all season. He's a keep for me. Jimmy Wells, use triple captain on Mbumo this game week or save chip for game week 38. I would say use it this game week. You never know what kind of lineups. I do actually think Mbumo will play every single minute this season. I think he's missed like one game where he didn't play 90 minutes. I just think his fixture this game week is great. He's the best captain. Triple captain in Mbumo. You can't go wrong this game week. Jay Ridd, is Henderson, Burn, Timber, Rogers strong enough for bench boost? Timber, no, I would say you could wait another week with that bench and they'll have better fixtures, I would say. Juan Manuel Vasquez, hi from Spain. Hello. Need advice. Raya, Areola. I would start Areola. Konate, Virgil, Burn, Gvardiol. Salah, Mbumo, Rogers, Marino, Murphy, Wissa, Isak, Watkins. Says manager Glasner to Guardiola. Then no transfer. What to do? Don't mind -4 or -8. So you're going to do Glasner to Guardiola. Nice one. Other than that, your team looks pretty well set up. Like you have Salah, Mbumo, Rogers. Who else in the midfield? Murphy. Yeah, I think your team's looking all right. I wouldn't take -4s, to be honest. Your defense is good too. Got Gvardiol. I'd play one of Virgil and Burn, maybe not the double Liverpool. Marine Kapic, who would you go? -4 from Marmoush to Wissa. If Leak comes out that he's benched. Yeah, if Marmoush is benched, yeah, he is a sell. Whether it's a -4, I actually do think if he's benched, then Marmoush to Wissa is a good move for a -4 even. Jeevan Gill, what about Mateta to Cunha? I actually don't think Cunha is a great buy this week compared to Wissa and Wood. I prefer both Wissa and Wood. Bean, cheers, appreciate it, pal. No problem at all, Bean. Sam Ensel, Mateta to Wood or Wissa? I mean, this is the question. I haven't quite figured it out myself, to be honest. I think this week is better for Wood. I think this week is a better fixture for Wood than Wissa against United, or Wissa against no, they play Ipswich. Sorry, I was looking at this. I was still looking at West Ham. Yeah, I think look, they both have the same like predicted goals, which is mad. It's so close between Wissa and Wood. I just like the fact that Wood has penalties. Wissa obviously has way better form, but I'm leaning towards Wood. Another thing I want to look at, right, is let's look at like transfers in this game week and like ownership percentage, because Wissa is currently 21.1% owned, and Wood is wrong. Wood, which one? There we go. This is the right one. He's 31% owned. So Wissa is still a bit more differential, but I think one thing we can look at is FPL ownership in the top 100k. Because it's a good way to see, how much your player is owned really in these, like at this level, because these are the really, these are the in the know, not the in the know, but these guys are like, top 100k. You'd expect all of them to still be playing, much as all of us are. So effective ownership. Also, obviously, people are going to be captaining, etc. So what we're looking at is we want to find Wood 9.2 and then Wissa 18.8. So Wissa is actually way higher owned in the top 100k. Oh, this is actually top 10k. I wonder, can we change that? But anyways, it's a good it's a good measure of what the actual ownership at this level is. Depending on where your rank is, it may come into your decision making. So yeah, I think it's worth looking at. This tempts me more towards Wood, to be honest, because he's lower owned in the top 10k. So it's like, I know I'm 200k, but I want to think that way. I want to. That's how I want to play it. All right, maybe we can get a better look Here we go, top 100k instead. This is better for us anyways. Wood is 3%. What? 3% owned in the top 100k. And then Wissa is 16. So there you have it, guys. If you're aiming for, I think Wissa, it's like a 50-50 between these two guys. So it really depends on your rank and what you want to, you know, how you want to play the game with whatever rank you're at. For me, if you're trying to chase, I think Wood is actually the play. But if you're happy with where you are and you just want a really solid transfer in, Wissa, like I said, it's a 50-50 between him and Wood. And Wissa has way better form at the moment. So I understand going for him. But for me, I'm 200k. He's, you know, Wood is lower owned in the top 100k. That's my goal. I'm going to go for Wood. All right. Hopefully that answers all your questions. But I'll just answer with a simple Wood instead of that long answer for the rest of the stream. But maybe I'll delve into it later because we still have a lot of time before the deadline. Just so you guys know, by the way, FPL deadline is at 1:30 today. So we have a bit of time. We do have a bit of time. So yeah, continue to fire in your questions and I'm going to get back to them now. So starting with Stephen Gill. Bradley is starting, Slot said in the press conference. I didn't actually see that. Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. Could be a good play, but I still think Kirkes over Bradley is the one. Rodgers or Sarr, which one to start? I would start... well, in terms of predicted goals, I like looking at this as well. Like Aston Villa have a 1.55 predicted goals for this game compared to, you know, Crystal Palace. Where are they? 1.7. I don't mind it. I think if I was just basing off this, I would pick Sarr. And I do think Sarr has been more attacking recently. He should have came away with way more points last game week, which was unfortunate. He had like over 1 XG. So yeah, I would go for Sarr against that, you know, tired Spurs defense. Jimmy Wells, Murphy to Shade or Isak to Wissa? I would say Murphy to Shade there. I don't think Isak is as much of a sell. Amis, start Saliba or Munoz? Tough one. I would go for Munoz because he's more attacking, and I do think Liverpool will go pretty full strength and try to score a lot of goals past Arsenal. Not that that's an easy thing to do, but I think it'll be a good game. They'll both go at least full strength, and Arsenal are obviously a lot more tired. So after their Champions League fixture, so I do think Liverpool will do well here. So let's see anything else. And also, according to this, Crystal Palace do have higher clean sheet odds than Arsenal. So I like Munoz over Saliba. Mr. B, any leaks on Man City? Well, let's have a quick look. I'm sure it'll be the first thing on my timeline whenever I open it up. So we're just waiting for those Man City team leaks. And I don't see anything in particular now. We're going to have to wait a bit more. I mean, there's a few accounts which are pretty good to follow in terms of Man City team leaks. FPL Tony is definitely one of them, but nothing from him yet. So let's just wait, and we'll keep refreshing our Twitter pages to see. Let's go back to these, and I'll continue answering your questions, guys. Juan Manuel, as always, have a nice day. Thank you. No, thank you. Hope you're enjoying it. It's a lovely day here in London today, so definitely going to enjoy it after this stream. The King Life. What about Haaland? Yeah, is he not in the top? Did he not squeeze into the top for captaincy picks? No, he didn't. For some reason, I can't like add more than 4. So I was like, who do I pick? And obviously, Haaland's one of those where it's like, just click like, I don't know, Marmoush instead. Maybe I should remove Marmoush and put Haaland, but it is what it is. Haaland is definitely a great captaincy pick to answer your question. Ovi Steven says, captain Wissa over Mbumo despite Mbumo's effective ownership to chase. Wish me luck. Well, good luck to you. I think it's a great move. I love it. Wissa captain this game week. He scored a goal in the past 4 games, so he's definitely got the form. Varfiel, welcome back to the stream. My thoughts have been Wood in for Mateta all week. Everyone is talking about Wissa, so I'm beginning to doubt myself. Want to stick with my early thoughts, I think. Yeah, me too. I've always looked at it and thought Wood. I do like the look of Wissa, but I see he's going to be higher owned in the top 100k. So I'm going to go for Wood just as a tiny bit of a differential to try gain a bit of rank there. And I think it's a 50-50 between them, so I'm going to go for Wood. Isak to Wood, or should I bring in Haaland if he is rumoured to start and leave KDB alone? My mids are Mbumo, Salah, Sarr, Langa with Rodgers on the bench. Yeah, I think Haaland in, if you can do it, I mean, if you can do it for free, I doubt it because it obviously requires probably to sell Salah. So I don't know. It's a tough one. Like, would you be selling Salah? You could get Salah out, Isak out, then go Haaland and De Bruyne. I just don't know how many minutes Haaland really gets. So I'm happy to not go for him. I'm not really too tempted to buy him. I still want to see him play some football before I transfer him in. I know there's only 3 weeks of football left, but is that crazy to say? You know, we'll see how many minutes he gets and if he even starts. Hopefully we get some leaks before. That'll make things a lot easier for all of us. Stephen Gill, for Wood and Wissa, do you not have to take the next 3 weeks into account? And based on that, is Wissa not better? Of course, we always look at least 3 weeks ahead. You gotta look at the fixtures, and I would say actually, you know what? Let's look at this visualization. It's a good way to compare Wissa and Wood as well. Is the predicted goals over the next 3 games. And we can see here, Brentford actually ranks higher than Forest. So it's an interesting one. You can see this game week slightly better, but we did see in the updated odds actually that in terms of predicted goals, this game week Brentford and Forest are equal. And then the next 2 game weeks, Brentford is higher again. So look, I mean, it's just one of those things you have to take into account the stats, and this would suggest Wissa is the better pick. But Wood is definitely still a great pick. He's been a great pick all season. I think it's one of those things. It depends on what your rank is and what your aim is for the rest of the season. So if you're happy with where you are, but you still want to get a really good transfer in, Wissa is going to probably bring you up the ranks, I would say. But Wood has a chance to do the same at a lower ownership. It's a good chance to take. Okay, John Eden, have bench boost still to play, but have Raya and Kiwior on the bench. Was thinking -8 hit to transfer them out, but now thinking wait for game week 38 when they have Southampton. Yeah, I like that Southampton game for both of them. Yeah, I don't mind that, to be honest. Yeah, I would wait until then, because this game week is a tough one for them. Liverpool. SC, morning man, how's the morning going? The morning is off to a flyer. I've had a great day so far. So yeah, lovely sunny day here in London. Air de Zamba says Wood got 13 points last time against Leicester. I mean, this is the kind of stuff I want to hear as someone who's probably getting Wood in. So yeah. Sorry, before we get carried away with ourselves, I do want to set a timer on my phone, just so I have an alarm for when the stream is or when the deadline is 5 minutes away. There we go. That is set. Okay, Simon says, I have Luis Diaz and I'm wondering if he could do something today. As already having Bumo, Bowen and Salah. I figure roll with it. Thoughts? I love it. I actually think Luis Diaz is a really good pick for the rest of the season. I think Liverpool will play pretty full strength for the rest of the season. Yeah. So I see Diaz as a good pick. They have some nice fixtures. Jake, need to start one. Wan-Bissaka, Konate or Kiwior? Well, when we take a quick look at the clean sheet odds here, Wan-Bissaka with 17% chance clean sheet odds. You know, Konate, Kiwior for 17%. Liverpool 28%. Will that game be... I think both teams score, Liverpool and Arsenal, in that game, but I'm starting Van Dijk. It's whether Konate really gets the minutes. Maybe you just go for Wan-Bissaka and avoid that game, I would say. It's a tough one to predict. Baggy Fog, which 2 should I play out of Sarr, Eze, Bowen? Eze and Bowen for sure. John Lawler, best attacking mid to get. My thoughts are Frank, but... Oh, assistant manager. I read that as attacking mid. Best assistant manager to get. My thoughts are Frank. But if we get word KDB is benched, then I'll go Pep and swap KDB out for Bowen. Love that. Love that thought process. Yeah, I think that's a top transfer. If we get news KDB is out, the decision is a lot more, it's a lot easier for you to make. Harry Widdop. I've 3 mil in the bank and I'm thinking of getting rid of either Mateta or Murphy. What would you recommend? I've Mbumo and Bowen already. Who would you get in then, if for Murphy is the question. I think there's better replacements for Mateta, so I would go to Mateta to Wood or Wissa, whichever one you like. Hey mate, O'Brien to start or Huijsen? It's a tough one. I think just the fact that Huijsen's at home, I would go for him. Yeah. Terry McLarney, hey mate, O'Brien. Oh, I already answered that. Sorry, Terry. Sia says, start Areola or Raya? I'd say go for Areola. Opoku says, hi Stephen, advice please. Selling Mateta and Bowen for KDB and Wissa, or Saliba and Sarr for Mateta for KDB, Wissa, and Sessegnon. I like the first set of moves. I don't think the -4 is worth it. And Sessegnon is, he's a good FPL pick. It's good fixture for them this game week, but I just don't think it's worth the -4. Is Gibbs White a good differential buy in midfield? What do you think? Yes, I do think he's a good differential buy. I do actually. I like it. Forest have a lot to play for in the Prem and some good fixtures coming up. So go for it. Zach McParland, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're well. Hope you are well too. Yeah, thanks for all the content you give us. So I really appreciate that, Zach. No problem at all. Love doing it. Info Suj says, Salah and Bumo, KDB, Alanga, Marmoush, Wood, Wissa, bench, Bowen. Who should I captain? Ooh. Yeah, that bench and Bowen is tough, to be honest. I'm thinking either would you bench Bowen or over Alanga? That's something I'd maybe consider. Captain, I would captain Mbumo, probably is the best captain this game week. Sohail mentioned this. First of all, welcome back to the stream. I always appreciate your comments in the stream. So mentioned this last week, but I think Marmoush will blank. His double-digit hauls came when Haaland played up top. So if we hear Haaland starts, then Marmoush is a hold for me. Otherwise, sell for Wood. Yeah, it's something to consider. I hadn't actually thought of it that way as like, do we sell Marmoush if Haaland doesn't start? It's kind of a weird one, because he is better with Marmoush. We've seen Marmoush is better with Haaland in the team. We've seen it. So is Marmoush a sell if Haaland, doesn't start? It's so tough to sell a City attacker before they play Southampton. I'm not sure. It's a tough one, but I get what you mean. Do you think he will blank? I don't think many people would really argue against that. It's just tough to sell a City attacker if, they're playing Southampton. Really tough one. Sanjay Patel, free hit or not? I've Liverpool and 2 Arsenal and 2 Newcastle defenders. There's your full team there. If you still have your free hit, I think with that defence, you have a lot of Liverpool, 2 Newcastle defenders. Your defence is not a very good one for this game week. I do think it's actually a good week to free hit then for you. Yeah. Abdul Halim Mansour, wildcard, any suggestions? I have my wildcard draft in my previous video. If you want to take a quick look at that, that's what I would go for in my most recent video. Liverpool, Klopp, I'm chasing mini league, 30 behind. Should I captain KDB? I'm captaining KDB, so I think you should come along for the ride. Let's do it together, man. James, Murillo to Coyote on bench boost and already have Nico. Murillo out? I wouldn't get him out because it's quite a good... They're playing Leicester at home this game week. Is he injured though, Murillo? If he is, then if you're bench boosting, I would definitely remove him for a -4 even, if someone's not playing on your bench boost. Tree Hoang says, I can only afford KDB Wissa or Mbumo Wissa or Mbumo Wood. I'm chasing. Which should I choose? Oh, I would go for Mbumo and Wood. Because I think Wood is KDB Wissa or Mbumo Wood. Which one is like higher or lower ownership? It's a tough one. I would say, based off the form, you would almost say KDB and Wissa. And Mbumo is definitely so high owned. So if you're chasing, KDB Wissa is my final answer. I like those transfers a lot. Takura says, Wissa or Wood, which one should I buy? And Isak or Marmoush, which one should I sell? Wissa or Wood, which one? Okay. I would buy Wood. I like Wood over Wissa just slightly, very slightly. Isak or Marmoush to sell. I actually don't think either of those are sells. I'd be curious to know who's your third forward. Jonesy says, how's it going? Going very well, thank you. Thoughts on Wood as captain? Love it, man. Love it. He plays Leicester at home. He's Chris Wood. He's going to get 3 penalties and bang them all in. Easy day. Wood versus Mbumo. Daryl Tan, Wood versus Mbumo. Which to captain? I think Mbumo is a better captain than Wood, to be honest. If I had Mbumo, I'd want to captain him. So yeah, thanks for the advice, Stephen. All the best with this game week. Thank you very much. Amar Wasim, if you still have triple captain, who and when would you play it on? I'm playing it this week on Kevin De Bruyne. But I'd also play it on Mbumo this week. Running Man, 19 overall, 19k I hope. Unless you're 19 overall in the world, which is insane. Eze to KDB or Marmoush Mateta. Sorry, by the way, either way, 19k or 19th in the world. both amazing ranks. But if you're 19th in the world, please clarify in the chat what your rank is. So you ask, Ronaman, Eze to KDB or Marmoush / Mateta to Wissa? League dependent. Okay. Yeah, league dependent. I would say I wouldn't want to get rid of Eze. I actually think he's a good hold this game week. I do think Crystal Palace will play a full strength team to start. I don't know how many minutes Eze will get, but he took a penalty last game week. So I would say, league dependent, you are 19th in the world. That is insane. That is crazy. What a season. Holy, you could win it, you could win it. So, I mean, depends how you want to play, but obviously league dependent, Marmoush or Mateta to Wissa is the move I would go for. Maybe Wood if you're trying to chase. I mean, it's tough to say. You're probably the funny thing is you just have to look at the 18 teams ahead of you and see what you think they're gonna do, which is crazy. You only have 18 teams ahead of you this year. Yeah, that's an insane rank. Fair play to you. Between obviously if we get a leak that that Marmoush isn't starting, then Marmoush to Wissa is such an easy transfer. Okay, moving on. Ride with Funso, Captain Wissa over in Bumo and KDB. I have all three of them. Chasing my mini league. Yeah, chasing your mini league. I like Wissa as a captain this game week. He's in my captaincy rankings in my most recent video. He was 4th in order. I think I had De Bruyne and then Mbumo. And then who did I put third? I actually can't remember off the top of my head. It was Chris Wood and then Wissa. But it's a toss-up between Wood and Wissa this game week for me. Ty Pennington. Big difference between Morgan Gibbs-White and Alanga. Got Gibbs-White in a wildcard 2 weeks ago when Alanga wasn't getting 90 minutes. Thinking of swapping them would make me lose out an Arsenal defender in 38. I wouldn't swap. It's a like-for-like swap. That transfer is not worth it, in my opinion, Ty. I would save the transfer. Gibbs-White, still a good pick. Yeah, still a good pick. Is Marmoush a sell if he's benched? I would say Marmoush is... Yeah, I would say Marmoush is a sell if he's benched. All right, let's just get locked in. We have, guys, 30 minutes until the deadline. 30 minutes until the deadline. So I would say lock those teams in. Get things locked in. I'm just messaging. I've just had something come up here. 1 second. But yes, let me keep going through the questions. And you said, sorry for the spam. I have Fabianski, Munoz, Gvardio, Byrne, Mbumo, Salah, Sar, Alanga. That's your full team. Isak, Wood to chase. I don't like selling Isak. I wouldn't sell Isak, to be honest. I like Wood, but I don't think it's worth selling Isak to get Wood in. That's my consensus. So let me just get my team locked in on my phone real quick. I'm looking at how I'm gonna line up, and I'm getting messages. Some of my friends want me to help them with their teams as well, so I'm doing my best to do both of them. So let's go Mateta. Okay, and we're gonna go for Wissa. No, we'll go. Should we go Wood or Wissa? We'll go Wood. Yeah, I'm getting my friends to get Wood in. I mean, seems like the move. I'm going Mateta to Wood. It's just between Mateta and Wood. It's a very difficult one. Between Wood and Wissa. It really depends on your rank, I think, and if you're looking at your mini league and who's ahead of you in your mini league, it's not as easy as it seems, to make that decision. So I would say if you're chasing, Wood is probably the one. Obviously, people are looking at different things, so it depends where you are in your mini league. If you're chasing your mini league, or if you're chasing your just overall rank. Sorry, I'm rambling on a bit here while I'm trying to multitask. So let me get these lined up. Okay. Captain Mbumo, vice captain, whoever you want. And then let me get my other friend's team. Okay, sorry for this, guys. I'll be right back with you in 2 minutes. My friends are very demanding. They always get me to make their teams for them, and unfortunately, I'm very happy to oblige. Not that I control their teams by any means, but I give them the options. They're asking me, similar questions to you, and I'm doing my best to to help them out. I mean, it is a lot of. I think all of us are basically thinking of Mateta to Wood, is how it's looking. And I just like Wood over Wissa this game week. I think it's a good way to chase rank. He's on penalties. Wissa's not. It's hard to find, what's not to like. All right, let me fire these in. Okay. No time for that. Okay. Let me fire these in. So yeah, we're getting Mateta to Wood, boys. That is the move this game week. I'll show you guys my team so you can have a quick look at kind of what I'm doing. I think I'm actually starting for Bruggen. So that is the play. Okay, I'm turning that like this. Okay, one more thing in. And we are almost done. And we're starting Verbruggen over Raya. I like it, boys. I like it. This is the play. All right. I think we are back. Let me get back to your questions now. I'm answering all my mates' questions now. I got to go back up to the top. There's a lot in the way here. So hey, when's the earliest we can expect a City Team League? 1:15. Yeah, in the next 10 minutes or so. I'd be surprised if we don't get one. We basically always get one. FPL Tony just posted about a Patreon. Let's refresh our page anyways, and we'll see if there's any team leaks so far. Erling Haaland starts for City. Guys, Haaland starts. Whew, that is big news. Haaland starting. Does that mean Marmoush doesn't start? Whew. Do we go Marmoush? Yeah, honestly, I like the fact that Haaland starts. I like it. Yeah, Haaland start. Haaland starting is good for Marmoush. He was way better when Haaland was there. They played great together. They linked up really well. So yeah, if Haaland starts, I'm actually happy as a Marmoush owner. It would be worse if Haaland didn't start for him when you think about it. Yeah, they played great together. And obviously, selling Haaland would mean, or sorry, getting Haaland in would mean selling Salah, which is not the end of the world. And if you have two transfers, I actually do think getting Haaland in somehow, if it means going Marmoush to Haaland and Salah to someone, it is actually something I would consider. It is. All right, let me just open this on a new page, and we're going to keep looking for maybe some other, team news. Hopefully we find out that KDB starts, as we are triple captaining him. So that would be good to know. I'm still thinking I'm gonna hold Marmoush though for this and go Mateta to Wood. Like, I don't think the Haaland news. I think it's a bit of a. It's not surprising, But yeah, Haaland FOMO is real. Haaland FOMO is real. So I'm gonna leave that on the screen screen even, can't speak, and get back to you guys' questions. But yeah, I have so many to catch up on, so I'm gonna go through and just pick a random spot. Maybe this is roundabouts where I stopped off. So Ayub Nala says Evanilson to Wood, Rogers to Shade, or Marmoush to Wissa, Rogers to Mbumo. Oh, the second one for sure. I like keeping Evanilson, so the second option. Varfiel, since 2017, Chris Wood has 7 goals against Leicester, 4 as a Burnley player, 1 for Newcastle, 2 for Forest earlier this season. Wow, that is some great statistics to pull into the chat. So Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant as someone who is considering Wood in. Ayub, triple captain KDB or Mbumo? I'd be so heavily tempted by Mbumo if I had him over KDB. Just with the uncertainty about starting now that Haaland's back, I'm not confident myself about the KDB start. But I'm gonna. Do I even triple captain him now? I would love some news about KDB starting or not, but I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna keep it on him for now. Jonesy chats wrestling says, "What's your current rank?" I'm like 220k overall, so nowhere near where I want to be. But listen, we had we've had a tough season. Let's put it that way. We're hoping to finish strong for the last 3 weeks. Anything Anna doing Mateta to Wissa, thinking triple captain Wissa -4 for Gvardiol or Elanga. Trying to hold on to my mini league, and the other teams have double City defense. Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth the -4 to get Gvardiol in though, or Elanga either. So I think you hold on to that and just hope City defense, hope Southampton come up with a goal. Yeah, it's a tough one. Sanjay Mbumo averages 12.8 versus promoted teams. Surely he's captain. Yeah, for sure. He's a massive captaincy shout. Probably the best one this game week. Info Suj, fair. I may swap in Bowen depending on City news, but Elanga could hold. Cheers. No problem at all. Yasmin, hey, hello to you. Would you do Murphy to Elanga or Mateta to one of Wood, Cunha, Wissa? Or take a -4 and go Mateta to one striker and Murphy to Bowen? I think Mateta to Wood or Wissa would be the one. Depending on where your rank is and what your mini league's looking like, who has who. I do like Wood. I think I'm going to get Wood in myself. And I wouldn't take that -4, to be honest. Tokurus, Sohail, what's the earliest we can expect? City Team League? I've answered that already, but why don't we go back and see if there's any more City Team Leagues? De Bruyne. No, nothing. I mean, it's one of those things that, Isak to Haaland. I mean, can people even afford that? That is a tough one. It is a tough one. Yeah, I mean, we're waiting for more news. We need to know about Marmoush. We need to know about. You need to know about KDB with triple captain on the line. There's so much hanging on this team league. I really need it, guys. Tier 1 premium and you are set for FPL deadline. Best investment you can make, I promise. Yeah, guys, this guy is going to be leaking all the team news. But hopefully, I mean, I'm not going to get on the Patreon because I don't like paying for stuff in general. But let's hope we just get some team leaks here. But yeah, fair play to him anyways. He always has good team leaks. So let me go back to our chat and try to answer as many of these questions as I can. So Sufyan, have assistant manager on Glasner. Shall I change it using free transfer or save my transfer for game week 37? I do think it's a decent fixture for Crystal Palace, to be honest. But I think there are better picks this game week, notably Pep against Southampton. If you can afford him and you don't already have 3 City slots taken up, then it's worth considering. Also, Thomas Frank, another good one to go for. Even Emery, those are 3 great options, all better than Glasner this game week. Anonymous L, thoughts enforcing Haaland for -4 if looking to close in. 27 points to mini league leader. I mean, yeah, it is something to consider. I mean, what if I did Marmoush and Salah out to Haaland and I don't know, Mbumo? Like, that could be a huge upgrade. And whether I can afford it, no, I can't. See, if I get Haaland, I still only have 6.3, and it's just, I'm selling Salah. Like, that's not happening. I was so off the mark there. My team value in the drain, boys. Not a good look. But yeah, hopefully we get some more City team news. We're just going to keep refreshing and hope we get something. De Bruyne starts. Marmoush doesn't start. Marmoush doesn't start, boys. This is huge. All right, this is huge. Wow. Yeah, I mean, let's keep these. I mean, can we get all of them up? Haaland, De Bruyne. We have all of these City team leagues. So, I mean, it means I'm keeping Mateta now, I guess. Guys, Marmoush is... I obviously can afford Wood, yeah. Yeah, fuck. KDB starts, though. KDB starts. Let's go. I'm buzzing with that. Thank fuck we got team news. Thank fuck. Excuse my French, of course, but I can't lie. I'm absolutely delighted with that news. I'm delighted. That makes things so much easier because there was part of me that was like, do I even want to sell Mateta? Like, Marmoush not starting is huge. Oh my god! If I heard Marmoush was starting as well, I'd still be like, I would obviously have done Mateta to Wood, but is Marmoush now when I think about it, Marmoush not starting is actually really shite. The thing I'm buzzing about is that KDB starts. Let's go. Okay, but it actually helps a lot of people that Marmoush doesn't start. It makes him a very easy sell. So let me get back to all of your questions, guys. That has made my day. Makes things so much easier knowing De Bruyne starts. Honestly. Okay, I'm gonna go back to your questions, guys. I'm scrolling up, so I've seen where I left off. I'm just trying to get as many as I can. Excuse me. So LJ1818 wildcard in Haaland in Marmoush out. Yeah, I would do that now if you can wildcard it for sure. Top London, Rodgers or Jacob Murphy to start. I'm gonna have a quick look. I'll obviously put this back on the screen so everyone can see it. So you said Rodgers or Murphy. So I mean Villa with a 1.55 projected goals, and then Newcastle with 1.75 against Chelsea. I do like Murphy's chances there over Rodgers, to be honest. So Jonesy Chats Wrestling, what's your team? Quick look at my team, but I think the most interesting thing for people to see right now is all the team news. I wonder, is there a tweet with all three of them so I don't have to keep flicking through? I mean, we know Haaland starts. Here we go. This is what we want. Okay, so I'm just going to give this a little retweet. Can I do a quote tweet? I'm going to undo repost and say, quote, this makes everything, every decision much easier. Triple captain KDB. I'll do a little handshake as well. These boys are shaking hands. My triple captainship. We'll go KDB, and then can I get that handshake back? Give me that. All right. KDB, triple captain, and then Marmoush to Wood. Okay. Post that. And I'm just going to go to my profile so we have that tweet up on the screen. Guys, well, let me pin this to my profile real quick so people can join the stream. Here we go. This is the team news that matters to basically everyone. This is all we need to know. So it shows you what I'm doing, shows you what you need to know. I'll fly through the rest of your questions as best as I can now. So answering every question is cool from you. Oh, thank you. I do my best. It's going to be tough to get to all of them, but let me fire through. All right. Well, let me find where I left off so I didn't miss anyone. Wissa all day over Wood. They have better fixtures. Agreed, the fixtures are better. I've kind of explained my thinking, but I'll do it once more for everyone coming into the stream. My thinking is that it depends on what your rank is. Obviously, mini league is a whole different thing, but when we consider people aiming for a rank, if you're aiming for top 100k and you're trying to break into it, everyone in the top 100k is going for Wissa, or at least he's much higher owned compared to Wood, as we've seen. I'll show you right here. We see Wissa is 16% owned in the top 100k. Wood only 3% ownership. Obviously that will go up. I don't know how often this is updated, but it already shows, at least going into this game week or right now, Wissa's higher owned in the top 100k. So if you're in the top 100k, I would go for Wissa. If you're kind of trying to break into it, then I would go for Wood, because I do think it's really a 50-50 here. It's a tough decision to make, but it depends on where you're ranked. Hopefully that answers the question. Greg Cronin, well, Stephen, 39 points behind first in the mini league in third. First has Wood. Should I go Wissa to try chase? This for Mateta, also Rodgers or Sarr to start. I mean, if you have Marmoush, I would get Marmoush to Wissa, because first has Wood. Yeah, so I like Wissa. I like Wissa for you there. Yeah. So yeah, clean sheet odds better are for Liverpool. Predictions. Strength against Arsenal. So, firing through some of these other questions. Jeevan, I just read your message there. Someone needs to take one for the team and get that Tony leak. Yeah, someone probably, I'd imagine someone from the Patreon has leaked it from Tony's, or whether just everyone already knows this news. But let's see if we get any more, like, I mean, obviously this is basically everything we need to know from a Man City perspective. But yeah, I mean, look at this. I want to read this because this looks quite funny. So, is KDB starting? Yes, Captain KDB. Look at that, easy. No, well, we don't have to even go down this way. Don't know, Captain Mbumo. I mean, this is actually a great little thing. I mean, it would have been so much better if, like, we didn't get the leaks and everyone based their decision off this, which I don't mind, but we have the leaks, so there you go. Okay, continuing on. Salah to Haaland for -4. Yeah, don't mind that at all. Depends who you're getting in for, who you're getting out for Haaland and who you're getting in for Salah. Tough one, eh? Would you go KDB or Mbumo triple captain? KDB or Mbumo triple captain? Oh. Now that we know KDB starts, I'd almost say KDB, but that's just because I'm triple captaining him. If I had Mbumo, would I triple captain him instead? I think I would still go for KDB. That's what my gut feeling is now. Hey bro, should I do KDB for Sar and Aina for Saliba for a -4? Yes, I would do that actually. I love KDB as a pick now that he's starting. Or should I go for Haaland? Depends, what the rest of those transfers look like, Bernardo. But yeah, I don't mind the first one. Mr. Gallagher, bench Virgil van Dijk for Aït-Nouri or Dan Burn. Let me answer this with a quick little check at the clean sheet odds. So we're looking at Liverpool, Wolves and Newcastle. Wolves 24%, Newcastle also 24%, Liverpool 28%. I mean, there you go. People predict that, people are expecting Liverpool to go pretty full strength. So I would start Van Dijk there, and I'm also starting Van Dijk. Continuing on, will Marmoush start with Haaland? No, we have confirmation now, Matt, that Marmoush isn't starting. Maybe you answered that quickly before, but you then ask Marmoush for Wood or Wissa. I've answered a few times. I'm going for Wood because I'm trying to break into the top 100k. But if you're already in and around the top 100k, I think Wissa is the move, because he's probably got better fixtures over the next 3. Bernardo Martins, does bro read chat? I'm doing my best, mate. I am doing my best. Okay. So Hale, right, my mind is made up. Marmoush to Wood. That's the one. That is the one. Anonymous L, I think I'm doing Salah and Marmoush into Shade Haaland for -4. Whew. Don't mind that at all. Don't mind that at all, actually. Could even do that myself. I just... Do I want to sell Salah? Haaland starting against Southampton is crazy, though. For the -4, should I go for that too? I mean, let's see. I want to have a quick look at something, because I really want Wood in, but if I did get Haaland, right? Who could I get for 6.3 million? Like, there we go, 6.3. We're looking at midfielders for 6.3 million. I mean, that's kind of annoying. Okay, Kluivert. Who would I even get in? Like Alanga, Shade. Do I think it's worth the -4 to get Salah out? I think Liverpool go full strength for the rest of the season, and Salah's going for those records. We haven't seen Haaland play football in a long time. I do think it's definitely a transfer that I would heavily consider. But I just think for my team, I've thought about this Wood move in all week. I want to stick to my gut. It's something I've not done a lot this season, which has led to these kind of, to where I am, 200k in the world. So I want to stick with what my plan is. Basically, I have the transfer in my head all week. Obviously, you have to adapt, but I really want Wood in. So there you have it. I think it's good for a -4. Going through the rest of the questions, Sanjay says, free hit looking good. Sells 2 Forest defenders, Vardy, KDB, Salah, and Bumo, Shade, Wissa, Haaland, and Cunha. I love that. Love it for you. Good luck with the free hit. Fahad, Marmoush to Wood. Yeah, love it. Love it. Also, Cripps, Marmoush to Wood is a great move. Juan Manuel Vasquez, hi again. Finally hit for -8. Salah to Eze, Watkins to Haaland, and Glasner to Guardiola. Opinion. Yeah, I mean, great transfers in. It's a -8, which obviously isn't ideal, but I like the moves. Very, very aggressive, which is good for this time of the season. What? There we go. We got you guys. Okay, Sheikah, shout out. You and I are on the FPL stream, which I love to see. My alarm is about to go off because I remember setting my alarm for 5 minutes to the deadline. So we're basically 5 minutes away from the deadline. I'm just going to go ahead and take one more cheeky look at any leaks before I make my move. I mean, what else are we going to hear other than the City team news, which we got? Yeah, I think it's time to make the moves, guys. I'm doing it. I'm going to get Marmoush out for Wood, and we're locking it in. There we go. Marmoush to Wood. Confirm. Always feels scary clicking that no matter what. Is vice captain on Wood? I mean, we know that De Bruyne is starting as well, but we've got the triple captain on KDB. Happy to leave it there. I'm going to take a quick look at the updated clean sheet odds for my defence. So we've got Everton, Brighton, Newcastle to consider. Everton, Brighton, Newcastle. Let's have a quick look at Rob T. Everton 21%, Brighton 25%, Newcastle 24%. I mean, this would suggest that, you know, a Stupinian is the one to go for with the 1% higher. But Newcastle are playing at home. Chelsea, will they go? Yeah, they probably will go full strength here actually, because they didn't go full strength at all in the last game in the Conference League that they just played. They played a load of youngsters, and they still won, which is fair play to the young lads. Does that mean I want to start? I think it's between Burn and Stupinian. It looks like the percentage odds are slightly lower for O'Brien. Who is the best attacking threat? Let's just have a quick look at the attacking threat. XGI over the course of the season, Stupinian is 0.08. Burn is 0.08. Yeah, cheers. That's very helpful. That is, very helpful. O'Brien is 0.06. So at least I still know the decision is between Burn and Stupinian. Didn't help us at all, did it? I mean, look at the form that Brighton are in, though. I mean, that might be... Newcastle are in great form. I'm going to stick with my gut and go for Burn. There we go. That is my final decision. I'll leave my team up for you guys to look at. Let me fire in back into the chat and see if I can answer as many questions before the deadline. I'm trying to not miss anyone. So let me scroll up to where I was really quickly. Okay, I think I'm here. Ty Pennington. Nitin says, Murphy and Mateta to De Bruyne and Wissa. Yeah, I like that move. I like those moves, especially even for a hit. Actually, no, I wouldn't do that for a hit, but I like those moves if it's for free. Ty Pennington, Marmoush to Cunha. Cunha wouldn't be high up on my forward transfers in this game week. I think it has to be one of Wood or Wissa, or even Haaland, obviously, if you can afford him, now that we know he's starting. Fahad, went Mateta to Wissa, now Marmoush to Wood. Okay, yeah, you got some good transfers in. I don't know if you did both of those for free, then brilliant, absolutely brilliant transfers in. Let's see if we get any more team leaks for you guys. We will see. Whoops, those are my messages. Not that they're confidential whatsoever. Here we go. Let's see any more team news before the deadline. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like anything crazy. Let me get a quick screenshot of my team. I'm going to make this a bit smaller so it's a bit more readable and do a quick little screenshot. Bit of admin, because whenever you refresh the page, the team obviously goes, and I like to post my team news after the deadline. Oh god, I'm going to sneeze. Fuck, didn't sneeze. That's the worst thing ever. Alright. Oh, alright. Continuing on. Sorry for that, guys. Let me keep going through the questions. And actually, I keep going back to my team, but no one cares about that. Let's look at the team leaks because people are going to be coming into the chat and wondering what's all the fuss about. So let me get up to everyone's questions. We have. Should I go Marmoush into Wood instead of hit into Haaland? I think Marmoush to Wood is fine. Haaland, we haven't seen him play in a while. Obviously, he's a great asset to have against Southampton, but if you're tearing your team apart, it really depends on who your replacement for presumably Salah is for that hit. If you can afford, someone like Mbumo, Bowen, KD, like obviously it's a big ask to go down to someone like Shade from Salah is what I'm thinking, just to get Haaland in, who we haven't seen play in a while. But yeah, it's definitely a viable move this game week. So SC says, yep, I'm thinking either Diaz Murphy to KDB and Marmoush to Wood. Got 6 mil in the bank spare. I would go Murphy to KDB if you can afford it, because I actually don't mind Luis Diaz at all for the rest of the season. I think, like I said, Liverpool will probably go fairly full strength for the rest of the year. Guys, 1 minute to the deadline. I did my best to answer all these questions, but I'll keep going. Any ideas on Kanate starting? Not sure. Shade or Alanga? I'd probably go Shade. Taking a -4 for Wood. Depends on the other transfer, but I like Wood in this game week, so could be worth a -4. If you're selling like Marmoush, I like that. Gavin Juddy, Wood or Wissa? I've gone for Wood. Cool Chris, is Marmoush doesn't start, do I play him or Murphy? Yeah, Marmoush doesn't start. I would even try sell him for a -4 for Wood or Wissa. Alex Cronin, would you triple captain Haaland or Mbumo? I would triple captain probably Haaland, Why not? Have a bit of fun. He's playing Southampton, So just making sure my team is locked in. Guys, that's it. The stream is done. Yeah, teams are locked in. So there we have it. Triple captain on De Bruyne. Looking forward to that one. should be an interesting one. We will see how it goes. But yeah, guys, that's I hope everyone got their teams locked in time. That is the deadline up. Going to be an exciting game week. Lots of different captaincy picks. Lots of chips being played. Sohail says, I took a hit and got Milenkovic in for Van Dijk, as well as Marmoush for Wood. I'm already ahead in my mini league and want to have some fun. Lol. Yeah, love it. Love it, man. Stephen Gill, that was so stressful. I actually agree. That was such a stressful one. Ayo, I missed your... I'm just seeing AO13. Ayo, I missed your comment. I hope you said -8 for Haaland and KDB. Who do I triple captain? I want to know. I would have said I would probably have triple captain Haaland if I got him in, realistically. But I want to know, Io, who you went for, because that is I love the -8. I mean, it's an aggressive move, but Io, love the stream. We're screaming from Shika and Io. Good to hear, guys. Io, let me know who you triple captain though. I need to know this information, and also I'll need to know if you're going to be, I assume, at the gig tonight. Hopefully, I'll see you there. Mr. B, I want to delete my FPL and never stress. Ayo, I triple captained Haaland. Good for you, man. I would have done the exact same. So, Hale, good stream, lad. Good luck. Good luck to you too. Glad you enjoyed the stream, lad. Come on, lad. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you at the gig tonight as well. I'll stick around for the next, few minutes anyways. Not up to much else. Yeah, hopefully. Sorry I couldn't answer everyone's questions, guys. This was a very busy stream. I did my best, but it just came to crunch time. I try to answer everyone's, but it's tough, I like to give like explanations to all my answers, and it's not easy. Up the B jar, come on, the lads. Oh yeah, up the B jar. I don't know who the new bass player is, but he's definitely nowhere near as good as the last lad or the lad before him. Yeah, absolutely useless, I'd say. Unless we know who they are, then good luck to them. All right. Jeevan Gill, I was tempted by Mateta to Wood for a hit and ran out of time. Yeah, I think you made the right move there, not avoiding it. I wouldn't say it's worth the hit, because I do think Mateta will start. I do think he'll go, We did get news that Marmoush doesn't start, which is unfortunate. That is tough. That is tough. I told my mate to do Mateta doesn't start. Cry. Haaland hat-trick incoming, says Ellie John. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. I mean, that would be amazing for all the people who took the risk and got him in. Like, I obviously hope that isn't the case, but alas, I hope KDB gets that hat-trick. You know what? While I'm here, guys, let me post my my team, because I did take a little screenshot of it. Here we go. Boom. I have a little template on my notes app, so just mind me while I go and do a little tweet. Here we go. I've already actually got it written out for this game week, but I have got to change things. So let me go triple captain, KDB. Oh wait, I messed that up. Okay, triple captain, KDB, and I'm going to do the handshake thing again. I like that emoji. It's one of my favorites. Okay. And I said Marmouche to Wood. And I'll do a little recycle emoji. And that's how you know I transferred him out. I'm obsessed with emojis, guys, I've got to say. Alright, here we go. There's the team locked. That is the team locked, guys. I am going to call it there. Good luck with the game week, guys. Jeevan, what you said? I told my cousin to do Mateta to Wissa and got Marmouche news a minute later. Yeah, it is unfortunate. That's just how FPL works. But alas, great stream, guys. Thanks for everyone for coming in. It was a lot. We tried to get through everything, but, you know, a lot of stuff happened before the deadline. So, is what it is. We're going to leave the stream there. Good luck this game week, guys. It's going to be a fun one. Enjoy it. A lot of rank changes, I can imagine. A lot of swings. So, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we all end up on the right side of those